Republicans are committed to keeping our promise to lift the burden of Obamacare from the American people and put in place a better, more patient-centered system.
Now, House Speaker Paul Ryan, the Rose Garden yesterday, talking about the road ahead. Now it is up to the U.S. Senate, where Republicans say they will write their own version of this bill. Remember, they only need 51 votes in the Senate to pass it. Republican Sean Duffy voted for it. On the House side, he's live now in his home state of Wisconsin. And, sir, thank you for your time today and for being back with us. Here was the serenade on behalf of your Democratic colleagues after the vote on the floor of the House. Clearly the message pretty obvious. Sir, why'd you vote for it?
Well, first off, Bill, you played that video. It's pretty sad. This is like you're at a high school hockey game and, you know, one side's beating the other. But the truth is, we all know that Obamacare is imploding. People are getting hurt. I mean, we heard yesterday in Iowa, out of their 99 counties, 94 now won't have any coverage at all. People and they're playing that kind of politics. I think it's disturbing, especially, Bill, when no Democrat has lifted a finger to help try to save health care. There's been no fix to Obamacare that Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer have put out. So I voted for it because we have to do something. We have to help people. And so what we're trying to do is take that center out of Washington and put it back with our states and our families and help drive down the cost of care for our American people. And this is the first step. I mean, we're going to have to get to the Senate. They're going to.
What do you think happens in the Senate?
Listen, Bill, judging what the Senate does is a pretty tough thing. But you know what? They're going to take it up. I hope they move fast because time is of the essence. And they're going to make changes. They're going to tweak it. They're going to put their fingerprints on it. And but I think what the positive is, though, is they're going to start with the House bill. So we're going to start with our template, and they might tweak it and modify it. Then we'll have to come back, and we'll have to work together and fix the differences. But we're on a path to making health care work again.
Charles Krauthammer thinks we're on a different path, one that could take 7 years. And the end is probably something you're not going to like. Here's what he said last night.
They have sort of accepted the fact that the electorate sees health care as not just any commodity. It's not like purchasing a steak or a car. It's something that people now have a sense the government ought to guarantee. The terms of debate are entirely on the grounds of the liberal argument that everybody ought to have.
So how do we get
Once that happens, you're going to end up with a single payer.
Well, I was going to say,
that is quite a forecast. What do you think of that, single payer down the line?
Well, I hate to disagree with a good doctor, but that is not the direction we're going in. That was the direction of Obamacare. We've taken it in a new direction. I will see the point, though, Bill. You know, we are trying to help people out who are poor Americans who can't afford insurance on their own. So the government is stepping out and helping out that group. But we're trying to actually drive private markets, which is the exact opposite of single payer in this health care package. And you saw how tough it was. I mean, even with the Republican base, you know, trying to get the conservatives and the moderates to come together and find a package that everyone could buy into, it kind of came to that very point that Charles was making. What kind of involvement do you want government to have in health care? We navigated it, and the Senate will now pick it up and do what they do.
I'm just curious about what do you think this does for the Republicans in Congress? What kind of a boost does it give President Trump when you're coming off 100-plus days? I mean, what's your feeling on that now?
Just to move you back a couple of weeks, when we couldn't get health care done, I got to tell you, it was demoralizing. We couldn't work together. There was no rudder in the waters, you know, kind of steering the ship. That we actually came together and figured this out. It was a unifying moment for the Republican Party. And because Donald Trump had such a part of it, I mean, he was reaching out to members. He was calling members at night. And, you know, the leader of the Freedom Caucus said, hey, now we can get a decent night's sleep because President Trump will stop calling me. I think this was a win for everybody because we worked together and got a bill that was improved from the first one. And I think this is a template for us to move forward and have more successes.
We'll see about that. By the way, we caught you the other day passing Trey Gowdy in the hallway of the U.S. Capitol. And I don't know what was going on there, but a bit of flick of the ear. What's up with that?
He had a big ear sticking out there, and I couldn't resist. I had to swat it and keep walking by.
I see. He's always got a different hairstyle. A different hairstyle all the time.
He does.
So that could be. Sir, thank you for your time, and we'll see where we go next. A lot of people depending on where this bill turns out. Sean Duffy in Wisconsin. Thank you, sir.